Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're gonna be we're back. We're not back to frequent uploads since we've never been there, so we can't actually be back. But this is the time of the year where I may upload a few more videos because I like to predict things. And today we're gonna be predicting my it's no longer Liga NOS, it's Liga Portugal Bwin. Yeah. That shit. So we're going to be predicting the Portuguese league and the winner is going to get relegated. I'm sorry if my hair is not properly tied up, but I can't be asked to fix it. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's go on my notes because I've wrote it all down, and it's going to be beautiful. I've done the designs for it, and I've just realised I have not done the designs for my other predictions because I am going to do a bit more to the predictions this year. I'm going to be predicting top scorer, assister, golden glove, young player of the year, and my player of the year. I'm going to be predicting all of those so I can get a few extra points. Last season I predicted two teams correctly, Farense and Braga. Alright, so we're going to be starting off. Who the fuck's going to get relegated? I'm sorry, they've just come up, but they're not gonna last long. Yeah, you're not alone with that one though. Aroca, you're gonna get relegated. Sorry, mate. I'm just sorry. You're going to get relegated. I don't see enough from Aroca that's gonna make me. That's convincing me that they're gonna stay up. I am a bit late in recording this. They have played the first game of the season and they didn't exactly do very well against Estoril. They lost 2-0. Yes, they had a goal disallowed and they could have equalised it, but they didn't. And that's one of the games that they need to win if they're going to stay up, and they've already lost one of them, so that's not promising. And I just don't really I'm not going to lie and say I know a lot about them because I don't, but from what I know, then just not good enough. So sorry if you support Aroca, which you don't, because I've never met a living, breathing person who supports Aroca. But if you do, I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna go for 17th, and we're gonna go for Bulnes Sad. Yeah, can you change your name, please? Like, you're just not Bulnes, or you just change your name. Like, Bulnes is like, you've already fucked them over. Like, why are you carrying around their name into shame? Like, I don't like them. I think they're going to get relegated. Where did they finish last season? I don't know, but I don't think they're good. I just don't think they're good. And there's always that one team who you don't really expect to get relegated, but it's always down there. Like, they might not get relegated, but they're always in like that little battle. And I think this season will be Bulnes, and I think they're going to get relegated. Sorry, not sorry. I guess you can say they can be sad. That's like how you, yeah. So 17th is Bulnes Sad, and unfortunately you're going to get relegated. And am I sorry for you? Not one bit, not one bit, no. I'm going to go for 16th, and that's the relegation playoff. Last season I was a bit confused with that, and it did go ahead. And Rio got relegated, which was a massive surprise. This season, the team that's going to be in that position, I think, is going to be Portimonense. Last season, I predicted them to get relegated, so that's a fucking improvement. Will they get relegated in that playoff or not? We don't know. So they could stay in the league. They might get relegated as well. But I do think that I just don't think they're that good. I do really like Beto though. Their striker, I think he is. Yeah, I think he's a wonderful football player. I don't know how he's like, I don't know how Portimonense has managed to keep hold of him, but they have. So that could push them up a few spots, but I'm going to leave them at 16th because the rest of their team is just not really a bunch of players I really like. Although they did beat Guimarães in the first game, so maybe that is an indicator. We don't know. For 15th place, the team that's going to be safe, the first team that has complete safety and absolutely no risk of relegation after the last game of the season. We're going to go for one of the newly promoted Estoril. I do hope they stay up. I kind of like them, just another Lisbon-based team, and being someone who's from Lisbon, they're from Cascais, I swear.
True.
And I hope they stay up. They do play decent football. Benfica played them last season. We did win quite comfortably, but they did have a few nice moments where I was like, they're not that bad. So yeah, they did beat Aroca 2-0. That is one of the games they need to win to avoid relegation. So I'm just going to reverse the argument with Aroca, and I think that they have made one successful step, and I don't think they're bad at all. And they're, in my opinion, back where they belong, because I do think they should be a first team and a first division team. They were in the Europa League a few. Were they in the Europa League? I think it was Aroca actually. I don't remember. But you know, one of those teams were in the Champions League once. Not the Champions League. Wow, don't get excited. In the Europa League. And 14th is the last newly promoted team. It's Vizela. It's, I don't know. Like, they could get relegated as well, but like, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe just like interchange them with Estoril. I don't know. I didn't give that much thought. Like, I gave it a bit of thought. I think they're going to avoid relegation, but did I give it too much thought? Who's going to get 15th or 14th? No, I think they're going to finish somewhere around there. I'm just going to put 14th just for vibes, and I think they might be slightly better than Estoril. I think they also played against Benfica, and I think I was also like, I wasn't that impressed, obviously, because we beat them quite comfortably. But don't what? Anyways, yeah. I think they actually might get relegated. Like, we just don't know that, do we? But I'm going to predict they're going to slightly avoid that relegation. And if you're a I'm not even going to say if you're a Vizela fan, because fucking hell, that's going to be hard to find. And I've got like what, barely 500 subs if I've even got there. I don't remember. That's how much attention I give my YouTube channel. Anyways, I'm going to go for 13th, and I'm going to put Maritime. One of the Madeiran teams had to stay up, didn't they? And I'm happy it was Maritime, because I just don't like Nacional. And Nacional. He lost 5-0 against Benfica B. Oh my god. But yeah, I think Maritime's gonna finish 13th, and not much thought has been put into it, except that I think they're going to finish above Estoril and Vizela, and they're not getting relegated. That's literally the thought I went through, and that's what I'm going to stick with. 12th place is Boa Vista, and from 15th to like 9th, it could easily just, yeah, because like, especially last season, I think the relegation battle was like between like 7 teams. Like, I think like not last place, like 16th or 17th and like 8th were separated by like 4 points or some stupidness like that. So it might be something similar this season. I just put Boa Vista 12th because I think they're better than Maritime. That's literally why I done that. Into the team in 11th place. It's a team that showed a lot of promise when they first got promoted. Why you do it? Okay, we're not going to talk about that. This person decided to make a lot of noise outside with their fucking vehicle, and I'm not happy about that. Famalicão, that's the team I was talking about. They did show a lot of promise when they first came in, but like I said, when they were like performing really well, it's because they had a fucking a shitload of loans. And a shitload of loans, and you just didn't maintain the loans. You didn't buy anyone good, you didn't loan anyone good, and your team just isn't good anymore. 11th is just where you're at. Like genuinely, if they get relegated, I won't be surprised. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that there. If they get relegated, I won't be surprised. I just put them there to be kind, because of their manager's quite good. I do like. Do they still have Yves Pint? That's his name, right?
Very false.
I'm literally gonna find out. So like, play the elevator music. Yeah, or not Yves Pint, it's Yves Vieira, caralho. I had the right. Oh my god, why is my hand so sticky? What the fuck? So yeah, they have Yves Vieira as their manager, not Yves Pinto. I don't know where I got that from. My point stands. I think he's a good manager. So he might be the reason why they are a bit further away from relegation. So I'm gonna go into the juicy part of the Portuguese league table. We're gonna go to the top 10. All right. So 10th place, I'm gonna have Gil Vicente. All right, not Gil Vicente, it's Gil Vicente. I don't know why. I just felt like saying it like that, I guess. They're decent. Yeah, they're good. Like then 10th, like it's probably quite a good finish for them. I think they're decent. I think they're probably better than the teams I put below them. And yeah. I'm so great at this, aren't I? Alright, so 9th place, we're gonna go for Tondela. And I think they've got a decent team. I watched them the other day and I was quite impressed with them, honestly. I'm very, very happy that Tiago Dantas is in a team where he's going to get some first team football. So that's fucking brilliant. Oh, that's why my phone was sticky. What is that? I don't know, it's just like something that I know what it is. Okay, so it's nothing like that could kill me, which it's not bad. I was talking about Tondela. Yeah, Tiago Dantas. They got Eduardo Quaresma on loan as well, so they got some decent young players. I liked the way they defended. I thought that their defending was quite good. So yeah, they looked quite strong in the counter-attack with Salvador Agra and John Murillo. So yeah, I kind of like the look of some of their players, and I think that they've got enough to finish in that 9th position, maybe like 10th, 11th, but somewhere like around the mid-table is where I think Tondela will finish. And now into the top 8. I'm going to start off with Paços de Ferreira, and you may be thinking, oh, they finished 5th place last season. You think they're going to drop off that much? You're not thinking that. You're just waiting for me to say my opinion, aren't you? Right, I think that Paços de Ferreira, I'm going to say it right here. I think they're going to beat Tottenham in the Conference League playoff. Just saying. I think they will beat Tottenham. And that's kind of one of the factors that's put my prediction like this. Because I think that will influence their league position. Because like they're going to have to like play Europe, and that's tough. It's not easy, especially when you got a team like Paços de Ferreira's size. It's not a big team, and having to rotate for the league, blah blah blah. Like, they're still good, and they'll probably get knocked out in the group stages if they even get there. Because I know that I'm saying like they're gonna beat Tottenham, but like, it's fucking Tottenham. Like, it's just a bold prediction I'm putting out there that I could easily be wrong. So if that's the case, they might finish like 7th or 6th. Somewhere there. But yeah, I'm going to put Paços in 8th, because why not? And I think they're going to get in the Conference League, and I think they're going to have to rotate a lot and lose a couple of points because of that. That's mainly one of the reasons. 7th place, I'm going to put Vitória de Guimarães. I just think they're getting worse every season. Like, every season there's less players I rate in that team. Players I rate in that team currently: Ricardo Quaresma, André Almeida's a decent player. Not Benfica's right back, he's shit. I'm talking about the centre midfielder. And that's all I can really think of. Like, they've got some good players, but I just don't think they're as good as they used to be. Like, before, like, it used to almost be a guaranteed top 5. I don't really see it like that anymore. So I think they're going to finish 7th behind Santa Clara, who's in 6th. Now, yes, I know what I said about Paços being in 8th and the Conference League thingy, and it applies to Santa Clara because they're also in the Conference League. But I don't know, I just feel like they have that, like, can I speak? They have like the whole advantage, like being from a sword. And I don't know, like, when teams go away there, it's just not easy. So even if they have to play a weaker team to rotate, I just still think that the whole like flying to the Azores, it just makes it tough for a lot of teams. Like, Benfica's gone there and had troubles. I know Sporting and Porto's probably had, like, I'm not saying that factually, I'm kind of just assuming that. So yeah, I just feel like they can still like be harder to beat. I'm not saying they're gonna be better, I'm just gonna say that they're just gonna be harder to beat, and might get a few more draws and put them above the likes of Guimarães and Paços. And I'm gonna go into the 5th position, and let's address the elephant in the room. There's still one team I haven't said, and it's Moreirense. So I'm gonna put them at 5th place. You may be thinking, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, honestly, I don't know, but I think they're a decent team. Saying that as if Benfica didn't beat them the other day, it was quite a difficult game. Last season they took points from all of the top teams, and this season they did lose against Benfica. That they still played pretty well, in my opinion. It was a very difficult victory. Last season I think they took off points Benfica. I think Can I speak English? I think they took points off Benfica twice last season. They took points off Porto and Sporting at home. So it just shows how hard they are to beat. And they have a few players who I do like. I think 5th position is probably the best any other team is going to get, because the top 4 is pretty standard. I think 5th is pretty much the best you're going to get. So yeah, Conference League for Moreirense, I wouldn't mind that idea, wouldn't I? Now where it gets very, very much juicy, we're going to go into wait. Alright, I'm going to go into the top 4. Now, Arsenal is not in the top 4. Mainly because this is the Portuguese league. I'm going to go into the equivalent of Arsenal in the Portuguese league, which is Braga. Yes, red and white, referred as the Gunners. Well, they're not really referred as the Gunners, but I don't really know what I'm trying to get here. They're like Guerreiros, Gunners, like what am I even talking about? Shut up, bro. Stop trying to bring Arsenal into it. We're gonna put Braga in 4th place. Why? Because that's pretty much the best they're gonna get. Like, if they ever finish 3rd, 2nd, you have to be proud of yourself. I do I do like their manager, Carlos Carvalhal. Oh, if you're a loyal subscriber, you'll understand how much that means to me that I got his name first time. It did lose Carlos Carvalhal. I can't speak. They did lose Carlos Carvalhal. Carvalhal for this. Carlos Carvalhal. Fuck. Carlos Carvalhal. His name's pissing me off. Carlos Carvalhal. Caralho. They've got a very good manager. A lot of good players I really like. I'm not gonna say a list. They've got a lot of players I like. Let's just say Ricardo Horta and Al-Musrati as an example. I think that Braga is a decent team, but I just don't think they're better than any of the other top 3 teams. Now we're gonna go into the top 3, lads, where I'm gonna put in 3rd place Porto. Now don't be mad. I think the top 3 is going to be incredibly close. Unlike last season where Benfica was out of the race, Porto kind of gave them like a slight nudge at the end, but not really anything else. But yeah, I think it's going to be very close. Like 1st and 3rd, I'm going to say 5 to 6 points difference maximum. I think Porto is going to be 3rd, but you'll be in the title race the whole season, and it's just going to be that close. And I'm going to choose you to go 3rd. I don't think being in Europe is going to influence anything, because they just have good squad rotation, and it just will be like that. But yeah, Porto in 3rd. There's not much behind it. It's just gonna be a really close title race, and I've just chosen Porto to go 3rd. But now I'm not gonna say my 2nd place, because that kind of ruins my 1st place. So who's gonna be the champions? We were here last season, weren't we? It's gonna be in Lisbon. Last season I got the wrong side of fucking Lisbon. This season, will I predict the right side of Lisbon? I'm gonna go for the same thing. I think Benfica's gonna win the league. Not because I'm deluded. Actually, might play a bit into it, but we're not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna go Benfica to win the league, mainly because Jorge Jesus had a whole season to not blame COVID, hopefully. So he spent the whole of last season blaming COVID. I just hope he doesn't do that this season, because mate, it wasn't COVID's fault. Like, yeah, we got like what, 10, 11 COVID cases in players. The same manager who said, oh, I've had to handle 10, 11 COVID cases. This isn't a problem for me. This isn't a sporting issue. So why was it as soon as it affected you, sir? Shut the fuck up. He's a good manager. Please show that. Like, please. Like, we've got a very good team. Can you get the best out of them? Please. Like, it's so annoying. Like, we've got like, in my opinion, the best team on paper. So please, for this. But yeah, I think we're gonna win the league. And let's talk about Sporting as well, because they deserve to be spoken about. Last season they were very they were the fair champions, I would say. I don't think anyone can disagree that they deserve to win the league. It had to be the Benfica guy to finally bring them some success, like man like Ruben Amorim. I'm not upset. No, I wasn't begging Benfica to get Ruben Amorim when he was at Braga. I wasn't. Not me. To be fair, no, I wasn't calling for it that much because I really like Bruno Lage. What I was saying is if we get rid of Bruno Lage, I'd like we get Ruben Amorim. I did say Jorge, which has backfired, but I did mention Ruben Amorim, so that's, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so Sporting, they've been good and they're going to carry on to be good this season. I think the reason why I'm putting them second is mostly because they're in the Champions League and they have good rotation, but I still think there's quite a gap between the rotation. For example, Luis Neto has a good backup centre back, but it's a big gap between their current centre backs. As an example, like Mateus Nunes, yes, he's a very good player, but there's a gap between. Actually, no, there's not that gap anymore, because I was going to say João Mario, but he's not there anymore. There's not that big a gap between Mateus Nunes and Bragança, which way it is, because they're both good players. There's not that big a gap. So yeah, in that case, yeah, alright, sorry, my bad. But there's like a big gap between what's his name, Tiago Tomás and Paulinho. There's a big gap between Pedro Gonçalves and whoever the fuck you're gonna play on the right, because there's no one you're gonna fucking get that's better than Pedro Gonçalves, I'll tell you that. And yeah, they have good backups, just like their main team is here, their reserves are here, not reserve, like the backup is here. Like it's good, it's a good level, it's still on the screen, but it's just not here, if that makes any sense. And I think Benfica's what's it called? I think Benfica's backup is like more on, like, so here's our main team and the backup will be like here. Like it's not as good as the main team obviously, but it's like not as far down. I don't know how to explain it. I just think our reserves is a better quality, and whenever we need to rotate because of Champions League, we'll have more there. That's just my opinion though. But let's get to the juicy part we didn't do last. Who do I think is going to be the top scorer? Only the best striker in the league is going to be top scorer in my opinion. That's Yaremchuk. Yes, it's his first season, but yes, he's a lethal striker. And I might guess we got it, but yes. Okay, yeah, so we got Yaremchuk, and I think he's going to be the top scorer, and I'm very, very excited to see him play. It's unbelievable feeling. Yeah, so Yaremchuk, my actual guy, is going to be the top scorer. In my opinion, the top assister in this league will be Everton. If I'm not mistaken, he was either top scorer or just really, really up there in that list last season. He got one of the most goals and assists, like I think it was like 15, 16 goals and assists last season. He got, I think he was like second or third for like the most assists, and that was in his first season, adaptation phase, etc. I think at the end of last season he showed a lot, and I think that this season we're going to keep on seeing more from Everton, and I think he's going to get a lot of assists. I think he'll be the top assister in the league this season, and I'm kind of just basing that off the fact that we're going to win the league. So if that happens, I think like most goal contributions from a Benfica player, I don't know, that kind of just makes sense. I think the Golden Glove will be Adan, not because I think he's the best keeper in the league. I just think that how do I explain? I just think that he's just the only keeper that's going to get that many minutes, because I don't think Machazin is that good. Diogo Costa might be starting this season though, because he started the first game of the season. He's a good keeper, not Golden Glove worthy. So yeah, at Benfica I can imagine a lot of times, one day it might be Elton Late, the other time it might be Odysseus. I can imagine that happening. So I just think Adan is just the best goalkeeper that's going to get the most regular game time. So I think it's quite an easy decision to go for Adan. It's quite the safe choice, but I promise I will not take the safe choice with this one. Young player of the year. Now I could be boring and say Nuno Mendes, and if I'm going to be boring I'll probably say it's going to be Nuno Mendes. Like it's probably going to be Nuno Mendes, but I'm just going to say I'm going to say Gonçalo Ramos. Now I think that this is going to be his breakthrough season, and I just want to go for a player that not a lot of people be talking about as much as Nuno Mendes, since look at his age and look how good he is. So yeah, if I'm going to be boring I'll say Nuno Mendes. If I'm going to try and make a prediction that's a bit more outside of the box. I'm going to say Gonçalo Ramos, because this is going to be his breakthrough season. I think he's going to get much more minutes than last season, and I think he's going to get a lot of goals, potentially a few assists, and I think he might cement he might not cement a starting role, but he might cement a more important role in the team this season, and he might actually be a very big help because of like Champions League, if we even make it far. And just being able to rotate and be safe with Gonçalo Ramos in the team. So yeah, I think that he could definitely be Young Player of the Year. At the start of last season, no one expected Nuno Mendes to like be the best young player. If he even was Pedro Gonçalves eligible for that? If he was, he might have actually won it. I'm not sure though. Yeah, so my safe bet is Nuno Mendes. My actual bet is going to be Gonçalo Ramos, just to be a bit edgy. So yeah, my player of the year, I'm going to give it to Yaremchuk. I'm going to give it to the top scorer of the league, assuming he does get it based on my predictions. So I'm going to give the player of the year to Yaremchuk, just because the top scorer to help a team win the title. I think that's enough to win player of the year. So if my other predictions are right, then I think that'll be right as well. If they're wrong, then that's likely to be wrong. Because if a striker winning player of the year, that's usually based off goals and all that shit. So we never know. But I'm gonna put it on the line there. So I hope you don't disagree too much with my predictions. Please let me know what you think. And if you disagree, please comment down below without abusing me. Just put down an argument down there. And just don't make it abusive, because if you make it abusive, I'm just gonna laugh in your face and just reply to you sarcastically like a bitch. So you're not gonna get anything. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you for the next one. I'm gonna make some Premier League predictions, hopefully before Friday, before the season starts, if not just a bit after. And I want to do some FIFA rating predictions. So I've got Benfica, Sporting, Porto and Arsenal. If you'd like to see any other team, please comment down below, and I might consider it. Will I do it? Probably not, but I will consider it, I promise. So yeah, I've got nothing more to say to you. You can go now. You're dismissed. So goodbye. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.